Okay. Now, far as conversation here, what kind of education did you get when you were in your teens, in your teenage years?
Okay, before I give you the answer of this question, one question just uh, popped up in my mind, and I just
Okay.
want to ask you
Yes.
that what are the alternatives can we use of okay? If I don't want to use the word okay, what are the different words can I use instead of this word?
I agree. You're correct. Your okay is mean okay. I understand. Instead of saying okay, you can say I understand. You correct. That's absolutely right. Um, it's so
Okay,
many. See how you say okay? I agree. You're
I
correct.
agree.
You are correct.
You are correct.
That's what
Yes,
I was thinking.
I understand.
I understand.
So now I'm going
You're
to give
clear.
you.
You're clear.
You
I
are clear.
yes, you're clear. I understand. Yes, instead of saying okay, you are correct.
So, what kind of education did you get when you were in your teens?
Yes.
I mean, there is no different types of education. There is a same syllabus for all of us.
What does that mean?
What What do you mean by education? What kind of
What,
education?
right. What kind of education? Now in US, we have different schools that we call like elementary school, then we have middle school, which is junior high school, then we have high school, then we have university, which can be 2 years or 4 years, which is associates or bachelor's, then so on to your master's, then your doctorate. So teenage years is considered when you're like about teenagers turn like 13. So that's mean you're like middle school, junior high school. So that's 13 to maybe 14, 15. Then you go into high school. Or
Okay, now,
did you get
yes.
private school? Did you go to a private school? Or did you go to a Catholic school, a religion school? So it is different education, kinds of education in
So,
teenage years.
actually, in our country, we have like the Montessori and kindergarten, then the grade 1 till grade 10. We have schools, then we have colleges for 2 years, first year and second year, then we have graduation again in colleges, and then university.
So you went through a school that you stayed in for 9 years, 1 to 10?
Yes.
Wow. See, look at that. No, that's not, we didn't go through that. It's preschool, which is starting you off to school. Then you stay there to sixth grade. So you're in the school for 6 years. Then you graduate and then you go to school seventh, eighth, ninth, 3 years, 2 or 3. You have a choice to graduate in the eighth or ninth. So that's 3 years or 2 years. And then you go into high school, and that's either 9, 10, 11, 12, or 8, 9, 10. So you have either 3 years or 4 years in high school. Then you have a university or a city school that you can be in a program for 2 years to get an associate degree, or go for 4 years to get a bachelor's. Then
Okay.
you go to grad school. So we have different. So that means I graduated from elementary, junior high, high school, college. I have my bachelor's, and then I graduated with my master's. So I graduated 5 times, and I have over 16 years of education. Me personally. That's my resume.
That's cool. but we
Yeah.
have some different setup
Year.
of education.
Yes, different year because you stayed in one area 1 to 10, and then you went to high
But
school, then
actually,
college.
more than 10 years. I was in kindergarten in the same school. Okay, so three
Right.
years I spent in Montessori, then grade 1 till grade 10. So maybe 13 or 12 years I spent over there in the same school.
Wow. That is oh whew, I couldn't I every look at that. No, because that's where the social network comes in, the social skills come in, and you're able to branch out because woo, to be somewhere one time for when you go into elementary school, you know you're in that school for at least 6 years. From time you're 4 or 5 all the way up until you're like about 12. So you're in there about 6 to 7 years. And then you go into junior high school. That's a short 2 to 3 years. And then you go somewhere for 4 years. After I finished high school, I went for 4 years for my bachelor's. And then after my bachelor's, grad school for 2 years. Yeah. And then
Okay.
I could have went for my doctorate for another 2 years, which is part of the university. But that's like a brain of burning. That's like a 5 year program, which you have up to 5 years to get your doctorate, but they want you to really complete it in 2 years. But I didn't go for a doctorate. I finished after my master's. But but when I
Okay.
talk about my education, I can say I have at least 16 years of education. 16. I graduated 5 times. I have 5 different, you know, levels of
So you have been teaching since then?
since after undergrad. After so in my 20s, my first job was education because when you're in the States, now things have changed. They want you to have some type of certification of teaching. When I graduate, once you have a bachelor's degree, you can teach. Now you have to have so many certifications to get in now. But my degree is human resource management. It just so happened that when I graduate, that was the first job that I actually got because that was the first job that was hiring teachers. Hmm.
That's good.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So I never had a struggle salary, you know?
Okay.
Always had
Okay.
yes. And now everything that I was basically prepping for is now part of the system because online has always been part of my teaching after I left teaching and human resource management that's that my degree
So
is under
how long have you been teaching
in a
English
classroom. I teach all
online for?
subjects online.
Online.
Online I'm going to say fairly 3 years, but
3 years.
been in a classroom for like 15, but
So
all subjects
if you compare the teaching in the classroom and the teaching online, what would you prefer and why?
in classroom.
In classroom.
Hmm. The
What
only reason
reason?
why it's flexible here to being online because I'm home and I have a little one, so I can set my schedule. When you're in a classroom, you're feeling the teaching, you're experiencing the teaching. Your rewards are reflecting in your children, the kids, your students. They're getting things down packed. You're seeing them growing. You're seeing them improving. Um, Mostly the closeness. A lot of my children, well, just my students, relied on the safe haven of me being in the classroom, that they can stay a little longer instead of going home. Um, I have more rewards in the classroom. I'll take
I
the
agree with you.
yes in the classroom.
That's absolutely correct.
Online is just this right here. It just makes it more flexible to still hold on to something that you love, but able to be more close knit with my younger daughter.
Okay.
Yes, yes. But now you're forced to online teaching, and I know a lot of teachers are missing the interacting. So everybody can't be an online teacher. It's
One more
now that
thing, one
yes.
more thing I am bursting to know about
What?
is, are you still sitting in a classroom somewhere, or you have put these charts in
Oh
your
no,
at
this
your
right here
home?
is this is what I was teaching my daughter before she even
Okay.
went to school. Yes, I always everybody always come to my house and they always ask me to teach their kids, and I was like, no, I don't do that. I don't do it no more. To this day, I'm still getting people want me to teach their kids.
So
No,
why not?
because that's different energy. You know, being in a classroom is different from when you're with your child. You know, remember you're molding your child with her schoolwork from her teacher. You now that we're home because of what's going on globally, now I feel like a 24 hours, 7 days a week teaching because I have to teach my daughter. When she's in school, it's a big separation of when she's in school and I come home to teach and then go over work with her. Now it's the teachers are online, but I'm doing everything. You understand? It's like
Yes.
they're missing that social relationship
In
with the teacher.
interaction.
Yes. This online thing that's going on right now is my daughter is all relaxed, knowing that she don't have to get up early. She's missing the big gap of socializing with her friends. This is a lot. The kids, the retaining, it's not going to be retained until they get back into the world they are used of. I don't care how many
Yes.
times she takes a test, she's doing well because she's home. It's no choice. She has to do well. It's no excuse. It's no era for to lose not getting a good grade. See, when you're in the classroom, it's more challenging because you're socializing. So you have to know when to turn it off and focus on what the teachers say. When you're home, you have to do well. You're in front of the
Absolutely.
computer. You're in front of the computer.
Exactly.
You do, you know. But I don't feel they're
I
going to
think
retain.
I think we are running out of time.
Uh oh.
So yes.
Yes. Yes.
So we will continue it in next class. And it
Yes.
was pleasure talking with you. Thank you
You
very much for
too.
your time.
You
Thank
too.
you.
Nice seeing you. Bye
Bye bye.
bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.